Andrew is a marketing manager at a global pharmaceutical company. He works closely with his colleagues in Japan and US on a global marketing initiative. At a recent coaching session, he looked frustrated and upset. This is what Andrew told me. He had recently asked his Japanese team member named Kenji, "Do you think my proposal will be accepted by Japan?" He replied, "It may be difficult." Andrew thought this meant there would be challenges, but we expect challenges. He thought it just meant that we would have to work harder. So Andrew and his American colleagues continued to work on it for weeks. Then he found out that Kenji never thought it had a chance. Why didn't he just come out and tell me, "No, I don't think it will succeed"? We were just wasting our time. What was going on there? Did Kenji try to trick him? Or did Andrew misinterpret his message? For Americans, no is just another word. They don't want to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes it can be much more harmful to not tell someone the honest truth. However, Japanese culture is quite different. I contacted my good friend Diana Rowland, who is the Japan expert and the author of the book, Japanese Business, Rules of Engagement. I asked Diana, what is the Japanese mentality of not saying no? Diana said, there are 3 key reasons. Number 1, keeping good relations is always important in a close-knit society like Japan. Number 2, social harmony is always the first priority. And number 3, confrontation is always rude, and saying no sounds like a rejection of the other person. That's why they don't like to say no directly. The same mentality also applies to other Asian cultures, such as China and the Philippines. Instead of saying no, they would say something like this. "It's not possible," means I would rather avoid it. "This may be difficult," means it is impossible. "Let me think about it." The answer is no. "Do you have any plan to come to this area?" actually means, can you come to my office? Did I just confuse you even more, you may ask? How do I know a Japanese yes means yes? Well, if they agree with you, this is what they would say. "I agree. I get the point. Hi, I'm listening. What is the next step?" Have you heard of this classic Japanese saying, "Hear 1, understand 10"? Hear 1, understand 10. In other words, for each point expressed, the listener is expected to understand at least 9 others by implication. Since the most important part of the conversation is often left unspoken, it becomes the responsibility of the listener to pick up on what has been implied. So, it's important to use your inner antenna to stay on the same wavelength with others and to read or direct their unspoken thoughts and intentions. You must be able to interpret subtle gestures and facial expressions. Very little in Japan is random. So hold back, listen, watch, and get a buddy to fill you in on the things that you may be missing. Eventually, if you are patient enough and humble enough, you'll start to see clues. And hopefully, you'll be able to hear 1, understand 10.